Hey, it's Giggy. Today we are playing Timberborn. If you've never heard of it, this is the description from Steam. Humans are long gone, in a world struck by droughts and toxic waste. Will your lumberpunk beavers do any better? A city building game featuring ingenious animals, vertical architecture, water physics, and terraforming. Contains high amounts of wood. I enjoy this game because it sucks you in and you lose hours playing. The initial release date was September 15, 2021. Since release, there have been 6 updates and the 7th is currently in experimental phase. In this video, I will walk you through step by step getting through the first drought. Our goal is to get the Folktail's well-being to 15 quickly to unlock the Iron Teeth. This is mainly for people who have never played Timberborn or are struggling in the beginning. But if that's not you, stick around because you may learn some new tips and tricks. Let's get gaming! In order to unlock the Iron Teeth, you first need to reach 15 well-being playing the Folktails. I will show you how to do that quickly. It is then up to you if you want to keep playing with the Folktails or jump immediately into playing with the Iron Teeth. Let's start a new game. We're going to select the Folktails. There's several maps to choose from. I think today I'm going to choose Waterfalls. And then we'll just play on normal. Let's name our settlement and we'll do Folktails Falls. The first thing that you want to do in any builder game where time ticks is press pause. Also name your district if you want to. So we'll also name that Folktail. Oop, if I could spell, Folktails Falls. Now what we want to end up doing is taking a look and seeing what our map looks like. What do we have going on here? So it looks like we have some bad water coming from over here, which this will not affect us at all. It doesn't look like it actually comes into our area, which is great. And then, let's see, let's zoom out a little bit. This might be the only place that water comes in at. It'll take us a while to get over there, but it'll make it really nice to only have to divert one for the bad tides that will be coming eventually. So now that we kind of have a layout of what we're working with, I do want to just draw you to the different options at the top. So this is our population. It will show we have a total of 12 beavers, 8 are adult and 4 are children. We're hoping that they will grow up soon because as children, they don't help with the economy at all. They just take. Then we also have housing, which we haven't built any yet, workplaces. You also have your storage, power, well-being, which again, as I stated before, we need to get to 15 in order to unlock Iron Teeth. And then this gives you migration, which we're not even going to worry about in this run. And then distribution, which again, we won't be focusing on that at all. Then we also have quick tabs here, so you can see what materials you have, the ingredients. Currently we have 130 food. Food will be a priority. We will want more of that. That will not last very long. We have 0 logs, which majority of everything that we build needs logs. I think pretty much everything needs logs in one way or another. Then we have 0 water, which the beavers are not going to be happy about that. If they get thirsty, they get pretty upset pretty quickly. So we will definitely want to focus on getting the beavers set up for some water. The first thing I always like to do is plan out my beginning area. Some will put 1 or 2 things down and then click play right away. I'm very much a planner. I think planning in the early stage makes the rest of the game run a lot smoother. Let's first build a path. This will go all the way around and then we can build off of it. But But this will make sure that our beavers can get around to all of these areas. Then we'll continue the path back here, and we'll continue the path all the way this way. The next thing I'll want to do is set up the water pump. I'm going to set up for a few of them because eventually it will need to happen, but we don't need to build all of them yet. As you place them, you can just press pause and those will not be built. For the time being, we want at least 2 going so that we can stockpile some water. We'll need to build a path leading to all of them. And then we'll want to end up adding some storage. So let's add our small tanks. And again, we're going to place down a few, but we don't need all of them built. This is just so that we know this is what our layout is going to be, and we don't want to put anything in those spots. It's always easier if we change our mind to just go ahead, click delete, for the beavers to end up having to actually demolish something or us losing out on resources. So let's pause those, and we'll want probably at least 3 being built, but we don't need that immediately. So what we're going to do is we're going to have that on a lower priority. We'll want to make sure that we're actually collecting water before the storage is built. That needs to come first. Then the next thing is food. So we're going to end up building a couple gathering. Well, we probably could just do 1 gathering flag because wood is going to be the most important thing. Let's see, how do I want to lay that part out? And this is, for me, one of the fun parts of the game is just doing a lot of planning and how I want to lay things out, and everything can be changed later. Nothing has to be permanent, but it's just nice to, before the game starts throwing things at you, like droughts for an example, or the bad tides or other things are happening, you can get lost in that. The more that you plan in the beginning will make that part a lot easier for you. So let's build our gathering, and this can end up reaching all the way. Let's see, if I build you there, it'll end up reaching there, which is good. So we'll build that. And then now we need to build our lumberjack flags. 1 here. We're gonna build, I want to make sure that this can reach all the way to the right there. We're going to build 1 here. And then we're going to end up building, if I don't press the wrong button, let's see, you reach all the way over there anyways, don't you? Yeah, you'll get all of those. Perfect. Alright, so we'll just build a second one here, second one over here. Alright, so now we have our berries, we have our wood. The next thing that we want to do, because this will be extremely important, is our inventor. We will want to be researching as quickly as possible. There are certain things that we will need to unlock, and until we get the science points to do so, we won't be able to. There's a few things, stairs for an example, we'll want platforms. Eventually, all of these trees will be cut down pretty quickly, and we'll want to build a forester, so we'll have to unlock that. So the quicker that we get these points, the better it will be later. The next thing is the berries will only last so long. It seems like a lot right now, but these beavers are hungry and they will go through those berries very quickly. So we will want to end up building a farmhouse. The farmhouse does not need to be done immediately, so we're actually going to pause that, as well as the inventors. Those are down the road. We're going to need a lot more wood before we get those, but we want to make sure that we have those set up where we want to put them. Then the next thing is the beavers' housing. For the folktails, we do need housing for them to repopulate. Without a house, the beavers will not make any more beavers. Let's get these set up. And again, this is not our main priority. We need to get the economy going a little bit first. Get some logs, get some water, grab some berries, and then once these things are built, then we can focus on building the houses and everything else. The next thing I always like to do is figure out where I'm going to want to put my dam. And I could go straight across, but look at how many dams we would need, and it costs 20 logs a piece. What I try to do as much as possible is try to find the path of least resistance, especially beginning game, because the whole point is just to hold on to the water that we have for as long as we can, because we will get a drought before we want to. We don't have to pause that or anything, because until we unlock the stairs, they won't even be able to reach this. So right now it says it is too far from a district and cannot be reached by builders. Build more paths or new districts. So until we get stairs, we don't even have to worry about that. Now we can finally unpause the game, and the beavers will start getting to work, building the things in priority that we have set. What I am going to do though is the lumberjack is highest priority. I forgot to set that, even though they already figured that one out, which is nice. And then we also want to get that one, and let's get that going as well so that we can get some food. One of the main things, we do need to mark the trees. This is something I even still forget to this day, is marking the trees. It will warn you if you forget to, which is nice, but we don't want to wait till that ends up happening. Now these, there's only a couple trees that they can end up reaching, but we do want all of these trees cleared out as quickly as possible, and then we can move on to these trees. Here is where we're going to end up putting our crops, and I would love to build or to plant more crops here as well, because we have all this green area, and the sooner this is gone, the sooner we can also plant crops there. Let's unpause, watch these beavers get to work. I love the animations in this game. It adds so much to it that they're actually working on things and carrying logs and so forth. It makes it really interesting just to watch the beavers work. And while they're doing that, I do want to get some storages going for the food as well as for the wood. 2 storages for berries, and make sure that you select. Again, it will let you know if you forgot, which is a nice fail-safe, but we just want to be proactive and get into the habit of when we're building something, selecting it. Just like all of these, we'll want to make sure that water is selected. So we'll just go through and do that for each one. And then we'll end up building our log pile. So you don't need a big one right now. There's no way that with all the stuff that we are going to be building, we may not even need the small one. But we want to make sure that the beavers are continuously working. We don't want to slow down any progress. Let's speed this up a little bit. Still have 1 unemployed beaver, which is fine because this will end up being built. Let's get that going. And then as soon as that's built, okay, so now our last beaver is employed. Now we are just waiting for some of our beavers to grow up. We still have 4 children, so it'll take a little while. For now, all the beavers have jobs. And once this water pump is completely built, then I will turn off one of the lumberjack flags. But in the meantime, they might as well be working and acquiring more logs because, again, in the beginning especially, it's crunch time to get all of these things built as quickly as possible. It's nighttime, so they're not going to be doing anything. Their poor little things got to sleep on the ground for now until we can get their houses built. It's a little depressing, but we'll speed up the time here, get things moving. They've got a lot to do. This shows no available workers in district, and it will also pop up here. Construction lacks materials. It's letting us know we don't have enough wood to build those, and that this building is lacking a worker. So it does warn you, which is nice. As I mentioned before, we are going to pause this one for now because we want a worker in the pump. The sooner that we can collect the water and store it, the better. That'll be one less thing that we need. This will hold only up to 15. Let's change that. Let's open this back up. And the reasoning is because I want more logs so that we can actually build this. This is now a priority because as they collect the water, it only holds 15. And otherwise, this beaver is just going to stand there with nothing to do as soon as that fills up. Our priority right now is to get a small tank built. Let's put fast forward back on and get that going. My thought is once we have 2 of these built, then I will open up the second one. But until then, we just have beavers getting more logs, which is the goal. That's what we want right now. And that one's built. Now we'll get this one going. And then these beavers are pretty much, yep, they're done cutting down those trees. So now that they have finished here, I want to now select the other trees that I want cut. So we are going to cut all of these, and we are also going to cut all of these trees. We don't need any of them. Let's make sure, yes, they can all reach. What I want to end up doing is getting rid of this excess area over here so that when we build our farmhouse, we can plant more crops. So let's go ahead and select our demolish tool, and we can have this whole section cleared out. And then the beavers that are in the district, they will end up working on that as a priority, but right now we have a top priority, which is building us another small tanks to hold more water, because this one is already almost full. So that's how quickly that those will fill up. And unfortunately for now, we only have small ones. I do see that we have one unemployed beaver, and because I don't like having beavers do absolutely nothing, we will open this one up because this should be built shortly. They can at least be holding up to the 15 for the time being. So we're doing pretty good. We can go up to 2 speed. Once we have these 3 built, then we will go on. Why are we so unhappy? Well-being. Thirst. Okay. Well, so they will have this sign over their heads saying that they're thirsty. So then they will come and they will get a drink of water, and then they'll be happy again and get back to work. So what is a really good idea once we get some haulers is to actually have the water close by where they live and some of the places where they work, so that they don't have to come all the way here to collect the water. We're getting that finished. Work on that one, and then the next thing that we're going to end up building is the farmhouse. And I want that built because I want to get the crops growing sooner than later, because it does take a while for them to grow, and we want to make sure that we have enough food. We'll have water covered. The next is food. Then once we get the food, we'll build a couple houses because we are, let's see, the farmhouse can hold up to 3 if I remember. And we only have 3 beavers left. However, we can take some off of gathering the wood at that point, and then we can allocate to putting them in the inventor. There's quite a bit of micromanaging in order to be as efficient as possible in the beginning. Really throughout the whole game, but now this one, it let me know, hey, you forgot to select a good. So then we will select the good on there. And again, it's just best practice to get in the habit when you're building it. You can't always think of everything. That's the way it goes. You try your best. Actually want this built now, and then we'll clear that out. Then we'll work on our farmhouse, and they're gathering all these trees. Now the trees will not last forever. They go by so quick. It's honestly amazing at how quickly you just have no more trees. One of our goals is forester, which again, we need 60 science. That is a priority. And then we also need 7 planks. And for planks, we need wood, and then we need power. So then we'll also have to build a water wheel. I would build the power wheel, but we need a beaver to power it. And honestly, in the beginning, every beaver counts. We're going to go with the water wheel just to get started and get those planks going, get more trees planted. But later, we will want to end up adding a wheel, because when droughts come, the water wheel will not be operational at all. We don't want to slow down production. Now that we have 3 built, that's perfect. And these are actually going to fill up pretty quickly. I now want to get farmhouse going. And then once the farmhouse is built, we'll get one inventor going. As long as these are full, that will be enough water for our beavers for now. So what we'll probably end up doing is taking one of the beavers off of here eventually. Good news is we now have another one that grew up, so we're just waiting on our farmhouse to be built, and then we can start laying out some crops. With the Folktails, one of the things that I love about them, and I actually miss when I'm playing the Iron Teeth, is they have 4 days you get 3. It's the best. So I'm very much looking forward to using the carrots again. And now that we have our farmhouse built, we are going to do a decent amount of carrots. Now, do I want a path in between? I don't think we need to. I think we'll probably break it up going like across here or something, going vertically, but I think horizontally we already have this path going across. I don't think we need another one. And if we do, we can always remove some of the crops later anyways. That's definitely an option for us. Now that we have the carrots set up, currently we have 1 working, and I would like 2. So we are going to pause the power pump. I want to get these crops in the ground as quick as possible. So I'm also going to turn off one of the lumberjacks just so that we can get these crops in the ground. The sooner that they are in, they start the clock for growing. So once they're in the ground and we're just waiting on them to grow, then we can reallocate the beavers to doing other tasks. Now that we have that open and they're working on that, let's get our inventor going, because we want to get our research as soon as possible. They're actually working pretty good getting our carrots go. And now, oh, look at the little hats. All right, that is adorable. Oh, I love that they added hats to them. That is so cute. All right, back to work, beavers. And we are actually doing quite well. We're just on the start of day 4. And most of our things are already built. The next thing is we'll build another inventor. We want at least 2 going, and then we'll start building houses. Probably adding some more water, storage, and all right. So now all of the carrots are planted. I do want to end up getting some potatoes as well. And the potatoes take 6 days for one. So the sooner that we can get some of these potatoes planted, the better. So I'm thinking we'll probably do something like that. That looks good. And then they can plant the potatoes. Once those are planted, then we can reallocate them to some other jobs. We'll speed up some time here, let them plant those. And we have one inventor. I will take one of you off so that you can go invent, give us some science. And I thought I took one of you off. All right, how about now? There we go. All right, now we are finally getting some knowledge. And wow, that was quick. We have 2 open now. So with that said, once these are planted, I can have the other beaver going into the second inventor, and then we'll also have another one on the water pump. But I want to make sure that these are planted. So what I'm going to do is just up this to 20 hours so that they can finish their crops, and then we'll immediately put it back down to 16. I just want to make sure as many crops are planted as possible. It looks like they are. So we'll go back to 16. And now we can finally start building some of these houses. So we have 12 and each one holds 3. So we'll break even with 4, but if we build a 5th one, we will start making more beavers. Continue to grow this population, but slow and steady. We do not want to go crazy with making the beavers. With more beavers, you need more water, you need more food. There's positives because you want more workers, but you have to plan for other things that will be needed in order for us to make sure that beavers don't die of thirst or starvation. All right, let's fast forward it to tomorrow. All the beavers are thirsty, so that's the first thing they're gonna do is go get a drink. Now, they're just sitting there. They're not actually doing anything because there's nothing to do until some of these crops grow in. So what we're gonna do is take them off. Now we will have to, actually, just put that and then pause it. We will have to pay attention because as soon as these crops grow in, we'll want to make sure that they harvest them right away. So now we will open up the water, and then what we can end up doing is opening up the other lumberjack, and we still have 1 available beaver now. What do I want to have you do? We could end up building another, it never hurts to collect more wood when you can. You almost get the whole way. Just don't want to use any green space if I can help it. That's all right. All right, let's make that a high priority to get that done because, again, I don't want a beaver just sitting around doing nothing. Oh, actually, we don't have an unavailable one now. All right, I lied. JK, probably miscounted when it ended up going over here. So let's make sure. Did we already lose one? No. Didn't grow up or anything. We don't have any there. So where is, that's 3, 4, okay. So I'm actually going to pause this one because I want both of these going. What I always like to do is the water pumps are always, for me, the highest priority. They need to be continuously getting water. Between the droughts, the bad tides, so forth, we always want to make sure that they're getting water and enough is being stored. You can allocate other things depending on how you want to do it. Just don't go crazy with it because it can get very consuming, and sometimes you forget that you had set something to a different priority level. So use it as a resource, but don't use it too much. All right, let's slow it down a little bit and take a look here. So we do have some trees here, some trees here. What I want to end up doing as well, once we can unlock stairs, is get over here because we have more berries and we have more trees over here. So that's going to be something that we very much want to start doing. And before we run out of trees, one of our task will be, we do need a lumber mill so that we can end up building the planks, because we will need planks for the stairs as well as for the forester. And then what we are going to want to do is build our power wheel. So we're going to do the water wheel first. That way we don't need a beaver to operate it. And now we do have an available beaver. So let's open that up. We want to make sure that we don't just have a beaver sitting around. This is already full. So I'm going to unlock another one. Make that a high priority. Actually, I'm going to make that and have them finish that so I can have a beaver. Just in case when this one grows up, we'll have a lumberjack ready for the beaver to work at. Speed this up again. Building that. Once that's built, we'll finish up our houses. We still have a while left for our carrots, and eventually we will want to build some storage for the food as well. All right, so we do have another water storage, and they have some room for that. Probably want to do, I know, at least one, if not two more water storages before the drought. Right now, my priority is getting these built because we need to start getting our planks going sooner than later so that we can build the forester and start planting our own trees, because the trees take a while to grow. The birch is 9 days, you get 1, pine 12 for 2, chestnut 24 for 4, maple 28 for 6, and oak 30 days for 8. It's going to take a while for our trees to grow. We want to get that forester up sooner than later and get those trees growing, because we can end up doing and building other things in the meantime. Looks like we pretty much have this cleared out. So my thought is, let's finish clearing that out there. We'll end up planting some other crops over here. I think we'll just have a bunch of carrots and a bunch of potatoes right now. Let's see, what other crops do I want to end up doing? We could do some sunflower. I definitely want some wheat. So wheat will end up being here. And then I need to add my path. Eventually, I want to be able to get over here, because we'll need this for us to be able to build our dam. So in preparation, now that those are gone, what I can end up doing is marking these to be demolished. This beaver only has a couple more berries to collect here. So once that's done, we will relocate the beaver. Let's make sure we can get all of those. We have stairs right here, so all we need to do is connect a path. And now we can have a beaver collect these berries as well. And then eventually we will have a beaver here to collect these trees. Right now we have a decent amount of trees left that we don't need to do that though for now. Speed up time again. We have these beavers get to work. Now we just need to keep an eye because we have one berry left. Since our water is almost full, I'm going to pause that. We're going to go down to 1 and just have you go ahead and start planting the other. Is that in my way too? Yeah. Planting the other crops right now. So let's mark that. Don't want you here anymore. Can get rid of those. And this will all end up being potato. I prefer to go a little crazy on the food early. Oh, I didn't want that one there. That way, it's one less thing I have to worry about later. So let's get, this will be wheat. We'll have our carrots, we'll have our potatoes, and we'll have wheat growing. We have this built, but for now, until we get power, that's useless to us. So this is our priority. This has now become the highest priority because right now this beaver has nothing to do. So in the meantime, we'll up this so the beaver can work there until we can get this plot built. Alright, now we're just waiting on our wheel to be built, which unfortunately it takes a lot of logs. We want the forester because we very much want to be growing trees. That is a priority. The other priority, though, is building our dam before we end up having a drought. Otherwise, this water will disappear. All of our crops will more than likely die, depending how long the drought is. So the other option, or probably the better option, is to unlock the stairs first. It will allow us to get over here, build this, and then the next thing that we can unlock is going to be the forester. Unfortunately, the beavers just don't get a lot of science, and I might actually end up building another inventor instead of just having two, just so that we can get that forester built sooner than later. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, let's add, only takes 12 logs. And then we'll just end up having to figure out a plan for that as well. We'll just end up having to move beavers back and forth from different jobs depending on what the priority is at the time. But we're still waiting on the food. I think we got all this planted. We'll turn that off. This has now become, let's see, this is top priority. Then I want this to be the next priority. Then we'll build the houses. I want to make sure that we can get that going. And then now that beaver will go into gathering the berries. Now we just need to get through the night and finish getting our wheel built. Come on, beavers, you got this. And then once this is built, we'll have to reallocate a beaver to the lumber mill. We'll start getting our planks. Now we do have... Okay, our last beaver just grew up. Now we currently have all 12 adults, which is perfect, which is why we want to get a move on with the housing. Sooner than later, we will lose some beavers, unfortunately, to old age. It's just the beaver cycle. All right, come on, 2 more logs. Perfect. That works out great because we have a job for you. Now we will go ahead and get the planks, and what I want to do, though, because this will only hold 13 planks, and I would love more than 13 planks. Let's do, we'll put it that way, that's fine. Let's get this built real quick. It only takes a couple logs. That'll end up holding 20 planks. That will just give us a buffer so that that beaver can continuously cut the wood. And this is giving off actually a really decent amount of power there. I'm excited about that. All right, let's select planks here. We're just waiting for another inventor to be built, and then we can reallocate a beaver once that is. Let's see, we don't have, okay, that is currently paused, so we'll probably take 1 off of wood. You're finishing up the berries there, and then good, our carrots are almost grown. Oh, perfect. Where'd you come from? Did you pull off of something? Shouldn't have. I didn't think I had one available. Do you see how quickly these trees are just disappearing? Now that we have these houses built, which is great, we will start making some beaver babies, which is awesome. It cracks me up every time. Our next step is going to be getting over here, as well as building our dam, and then unlocking our forester. First thing we want to unlock is stairs, and we have 84, and it only takes 70. So we'll put a stair right there, a stair over here, and then we'll have a stair over here. And eventually I'll want one over here so that they can get up on this side, but that one is not a priority. So while we still have some trees, this is going to be the priority, and then those will be because we need to start building this dam. It takes, unfortunately, quite a bit of wood, but we do need that dam built sooner than later. Otherwise, our crops they will not survive. It will not be good. All that hard work will be for nothing. So it looks like maybe tomorrow sometime. Oh, look at that. We got up to 4. Beavers are just so happy. They now have shelter. Their hunger, thirst is met. They're getting a good night's sleep. They're about to get some wet fur as soon as we can get them in the water. We're going to have some carrots for them. We will have to build the grill. That'll be something because we'll need that for the grilled potatoes. But for right now, at least we're stockpiling some potatoes, which leads me to, I did want to build some storage. And I think what we'll end up doing, how do I want to break out the storage? I think we'll go like this. And then we can end up doing double stacks and everything. But for now, this will be our cooking area. Or do I want this to be my... I might want this to be my cooking area. And this could be industrial. Hold up. Change of plans. I have a different idea. Let's get rid of those. There's one thing that I very much enjoy in this game is just trying different designs, not always going with the same one. Ooh, and then you will fit perfectly there so that I can go across. Ooh, actually, if I did a space, you'd still fit. As much as possible, you want to leave room for the beavers to be able to get from A to B as quickly as possible. So the more paths that you have in between, they can do more straight shots. Then this way we can actually have that going. This can now go that way, and this can go this way. And we'll have this whole thing just for storage. And then here can be where we end up building our grill, bakery, and so forth. Now we do not need all of this just yet. So let's pause those. The only ones that I really want is one for carrots because we're going to end up needing carrots very quickly. I will end up wanting one for potatoes. There's my potato. After that, we will get the one for wheat going. Where's the wheat? There it is. Because the wheat is still going to take a while. Potatoes, we're halfway there, but the carrots, that's coming probably tomorrow. So right now, I very much want the carrots storage built so that we can collect all of them and then immediately replant. We're still waiting on them removing some of those, but right now we have several tasks going at once, so they can't do everything. No matter how much I would love the beavers to be able to do 5 tasks at once, it's just not possible. So we have to be patient and just wait. Also want, let's see, how did I want to break this? Oh, where's my path? I want to see, because if I make the path go that way, and then we can end up building things here. I did want like more housing here, but I think this would be a good spot to break that up. And then if we end up laying out our housing, then that's all set up and we don't even have to worry about it. And then we can have paths going here as well. Once those trees are gone, I can fill in the path there. Let's see. You're still cutting down some berries there. That's good. How many berries? All right. Definitely the berries have gone way down. Now we only have 70. So that's why it was such a priority to get this food going, get the carrots going so that the beavers have food. because the berries will only last so long. Ah, we had our first plank. All right. Well, that's good. You guys are now building that stair. We'll have this one built, but I do need a path going here. And then I will want a lumberjack going here, as well as, I think I might actually want 2 lumberjacks. Yeah, let's get 2. And then I will also want my gatherer for the berries. And so that I don't forget, which I typically do, let's just mark these trees for cutting so that we don't have to worry about later. It's already set up. It's all ready to harvest. Let's go ahead. Let's take you off. Yeah, we'll take you off as well. And we will unpause that. And now we have 2 beavers, and they can go ahead and harvest all the carrots, which I really want 3 so that I could keep that going. We do have 102 wood right now, so I'm gonna say let's also pause you. That'll still leave us 2, and then I want a 3rd one here. Where else did you go? Let's see, we have 3 in there. 2. Where'd my other one go? I don't even know. Thought I just reallocated. Having issues with that. Oh, duh. Helps if you open up the spot. Alright, well, he went somewhere. Let's see. I don't want to pause another log if I could help it. We have a decent... All of these are full. So you're not actually working right now. So until I can build more, let's unpause that. And have you collecting our food. Let's take a look here. Let's slow things down a little bit. We've got a lot of moving pieces. Alright, so it says this building's not connected. Well, I thought... Yes, that's because our stairs are not quite finished yet, which I find it amazing that they were able to build these without the stairs yet, but that's fine. We'll accept that. Now that we have stairs, I believe it was 60. Alright, so we're only 7 away from the forester, so we want to keep an eye on that. We have our beavers harvesting our carrots, which is good. This beaver's almost done with those berries, and then we can have the beaver come over here for more berries. There's some filling in here and there that we can do. So this is our potato. Let's add some potatoes in here. And then we'll add some wheat anywhere that we can down to there. I don't want to get rid of all of these berries yet because we really don't need to. But we will want to eventually, especially when we want to get more water and things like that going. So that's still not done yet. I think, yeah, we're still waiting on planks. And being that it's nighttime, let's move this along a little bit. Once we get a decent stockpile of food going, more so than what we have right now, then we will open up another house. But ideally, I like to have at least 150 food stockpiled before I build the next house. So they'll gather all of those carrots. And then we have some spots. Let's see, you still have a few berries. We have some spots that we can add some more potatoes to. That'd be wheat. Alright. Drag over there. This I just want to get rid of altogether. It's just in my way. And then I think I actually do want to get rid of any of the berries that are in the way of the crops. And then, okay, they are getting those. Yeah, we'll just get rid of these berries. Can I cancel? Yes. Let's see. Unmark resource. There we go. Man, it's fun to grab just the berries when the wheat has to be green as well. Less than ideal. Ooh, missed one. I believe I got them all. Because we do have berries over here, and we also are going to be moving over here to gather these berries. So I think just getting rid of all this and having this be crops is probably the right decision. I do want to get a grill going for all of our potatoes. And I'm thinking, since we put the storage over here, yeah, I think that's where we'll end up putting our potatoes. Now we are at 70. Almost missed that. Well, actually, I did miss it because we're 14 above what was needed. Yes. So it is definitely forester time. We want to get all of this going, and then we can end up building another forester to do this area. But for now, I just want to make sure that all of this is being replanted. The forester doesn't take a whole lot to build. As soon as we get some more beavers going, we can build a second forester. I can't believe I was forgetting about that. That is not good. We are now on day 9. How are we on these? Not at all, because I never built a path. All right. Don't forget to build paths. It's not a good look. It'll nip you in the butt every time. Let's see. Don't really like that, but it's just for building. Do want to get the grill going, but we still have a little bit of time on the potatoes. Our priority right now is building this and these. These are the priority right now, because if these aren't built before our first drought, it's not gonna go well. And it's still too far because this is in our way. Highest priority is demolishing these. That way we can finish our path, then they can get to here. And I also want this built. Alright, now we're moving. These beavers like to move it, move it. Well, look at that. We went up by 1. Alright, because now they're getting wet fur by going into the water. And we also have carrots. The beavers love a well-balanced diet. It really makes them happy. Okay, so now that you're done there, we can pause that one. And then when they grow back, you can always send them back and forth, which makes that really nice. Now I'll want this beaver. Let's see, I do want wood here, but honestly, the priority is for you to keep getting some berries. How many? Are we pretty much full on berries right now? No. Alright, so yeah, we'll have you keep getting berries for now. All of our jobs are full. And then once this forester is done, we'll need to allocate again. We can get some trees growing. Did we finally knock those down? Yes. So let me put my path there. Alright. This is looking really good. We're in a good spot. I just want to make sure that these are getting built as quickly as possible. I could have sworn I marked that. That's alright. That's alright. Now it is. Good job, beavers. This one is high priority as well, so we're just waiting on that one to go away, which it is. Let's add a path. Let's see here. Can I also... Where's my... If I could get the right buttons today. Let's see. Let's add this going that way. This is almost done, and we have a decent amount of wood stockpiled, which is great. Now I want a beaver working there. You're getting the food. That is high priority right now to be gathering all of the carrots. We're making the grill. I do want my science to keep going. That's a priority. But I do want you to get all those berries so that they can grow back, because that's pretty much our only berry spot. And we need beavers getting water. Well, decisions. Who can we put in the forester hut? Do you have enough I don't like removing off of berries, but we do have a decent amount, but it takes forever to regrow. Okay. This is the fun part. It is what it is. You have to make decisions. We are going to pause. We have 2 still going, so that's fine. We very much need to be planting trees. That is of high priority right now, higher than research, because if we don't have any wood, we can't really do anything. So now what I'm going to do is, even though birch isn't great, it takes only 9 days for one. I did want a line going here though. Let's see here. Do I want it there? Yeah, that'll be perfect. Just kind of separates it, and then that way it's easier for them to get over to here. All right, so we'll do 1 row of birch, and then I will want a decent amount of pine. What I'm trying to plan right now is, I think that'll be good for pine. I will want to be able to access this over here. Thinking is about my path, because I don't want to have to build a bunch of platforms going all the way across here but I could. Actually, beavers could just do stairs and go up, down. I like that even better. Why waste green? There. That way they'll get even more wet fur. Just winning at that point. We planted, let's see here. We've got some birch now. I want to fill this in with pine. And then I do want the chestnut and the maple and so forth. And actually, because this is pretty much the same, let's just do 1 row of chestnut trees. We'll do 1 row of maple, and then we'll do the rest oak. There we go. And then as these trees go away, we can change that up. And then once we can get some water to stay in here, I could break this down and the water will go in there, but it'll dry out very quickly during a longer drought. So we'll wait until we can unlock the floodgate, and then we can manipulate that how we want it. But for now, this should be a decent start. At least get all of those planted. And I want to prioritize the oak, because those take the longest to grow. So I want to make sure that the oak is planted first, and then we can work on planting the other ones. And then once they finish up in those spots, we can move them to gather the wood over there. All right, it's looking great. Getting carrots. Let's see, how long for the potatoes? Okay, the potatoes are almost done, and our grill is getting there. What I also want to do, because I'm noticing our wood is at capacity there, and okay, so we do need to build wood storage. So let's build that right here, and I would like you to build that immediately, please, so that we can keep production up. And I'll probably end up building one over here eventually as well. So, yeah, let's set that up before I forget that that's what I wanted to do. Thinking, let's put you right there, and then we can have the path eventually going, and we'll have it like that. And then I do want to remove you as well. That way we can have the path going all of the way. We still need to be building those though. Alright. Let's see, we have enough room for potatoes. I'm gonna say the grill is not of the highest priority right now. We'll gather the potatoes, then we can get that going. These have to get done, but I do need a spot for wood. Might have to do, well, we haven't even got the drought warning yet. That should come, I think it's day 15. So we still have some time. before even the drought warning comes, and then it warns you 3 days prior to the actual drought. So we are doing okay, but I want to make sure that this dam is built. That is a high priority right now as soon as we have a pile for all of our wood. And then that way the wood is right by the cutter, so it doesn't have to go very far at all to gather the wood. I think we'll speed this up then. We're just working on the dam. I would like to get more houses going as soon as our dam is built. So we're going between 4 and 5, which that's okay. Before we know it, the wet fur will be full. Then we'll have some grilled potatoes. And we're working our way to the 15 so that we can unlock the iron teeth. Like I said before, you can continue playing the Folktales. It's entirely up to you. When I first played this game and found out there were 2 options, but I had to play one prior to the other, I was a little frustrated, and I'm like, all right, well, mission accepted. Let's unlock these iron teeth. So I played the Folktales. I got the 15 and then immediately went to the iron teeth and really never looked back. This is the first time that I'm playing the Folktales since I unlocked the iron teeth, and it's not that the Folktales aren't fun, but the iron teeth are just OP in so many ways, and they have some really cool gadgets that we'll go over when we play them. But it's just, yeah, I was so happy with them. I just I didn't want that there. I just never ended up going back. So it's up to you, but so far I'm actually kind of having fun playing with the Folktales again and just seeing, have they made any changes to them that I'm unaware of, or so far it doesn't seem to. In general, they've made changes, but not specifically to the Folktales. But the Folktales do bring on their own challenges, and it's a change of pace. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you want me to continue this run after we get the 15 well-being, or if you're like, nope, I'm over it. We're done with the Folktales. Let's move on to the iron teeth. You guys let me know. I'm more than happy to continue playing this run if you guys enjoy watching it. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do. Let's see. We have... You should be... Did you... Okay, so you you got all the oak planted. Good. Now I want none. And make sure that you're still continuously planting there. How we doing over here? Oh, snap. I forgot one very important thing. Don't ever forget the teeth grindstone. You will regret it. The beavers will not be happy if they cannot grind their teeth. So we need to build those immediately. And I like to put them anywhere that I'm going to be having the beavers cut down a lot of trees. So we'll end up building 3 of those. And this will also increase their well-being. I just lost it. There it is. So let's put that right there. Once, like this beaver right here, poor thing, he has broken teeth and he's still trying to gnaw. It's less than ideal. So we want to make sure that we have those built for them. I don't know if it actually like slows down them using... Oh, look at that. Look how cool that is. He's actually grinding his teeth. That's awesome. I'm not exactly sure if it will slow down their progress or not. If any of you guys know, please let me know. I've never really noticed that. It's just something you want to keep an eye on. Just that is part of their well-being. That broken teeth. See, right now we have a negative. We don't want that. We don't want any negatives, only positives. We want to be in the green. Red is bad. Now let's take a look how we're coming over here on our dam. Alright, so we're getting there. We should have the dam finished. What I just realized, which is a big mistake, I'm not stockpiling water right now. That is not an option. We absolutely need waters. Got a decent amount of berries. I actually don't... Are you even working? Well, kind of. You're like, I guess, bringing it back and forth. We're good on berries right now. Also, we're going to have a bunch of carrots. I need at least one beaver getting water. That's not even an option, especially with approaching a drought. We absolutely need to be getting water. As soon as these are done, I have plans to build another house and get a grill going. I just want to make sure that we have this dam ready, and I don't want to distract the beavers on doing anything else right now. Come on, beavers, finish your dam. It's what you're made for. That one's almost done. Yeah, we'll unlock more housing. Still, let's see. Those are almost ready to be harvested. We have some that are ready to be harvested. Really wish they'd get on that. All right, they're working, just not as fast as... That's one thing about the Iron Teeth. They just... I mean, their motto is work, work, work. But it is honestly impressive how quickly they get things accomplished. I would like to get at least one more beaver collecting water. Because our planks... Let's see, are you pretty much... You're almost... Okay, you're full there. And you're almost full there. But I do want you working up until the drought comes. Because once the drought comes, that wheel stops working. So the more that we can stockpile the planks, the better. But I also want to keep... We have 26. We don't need a ton right now. And I do want to keep some wood for building projects. So we are going to pause that. I want to get more water stored because that is a priority with a drought coming eventually. I would like to build some more water storage as well. I think that's going to be a priority. And we have our beaver planting all of our trees for us. That'll take a while for those to grow, but at least we're in the process of getting new ones. I think we're looking pretty good right now. What else? Oh, see, there's the drought approaching warning. Day 14, not a day behind schedule. That's our 3-day warning. We now have 3 days before we have a drought. So this dam needs to be built so that this can hold the water here. Otherwise, the water will just pour out that way. It will not be a good day. We're almost there. We have one last one. And then we can build our house, build our grill. We have some potatoes. Okay, those are just starting to all come in. That's good. Grill isn't really a priority yet until we stockpile a little bit of potatoes, but those are coming. I'd very much like y'all to be picking the carrots, please and thank you. What is happening? Look at that. Carrot left over. Why? Why? You have a storage for carrots right here. It's like you gotta point it out to them. This should be done very quickly. We have 2 more logs. Oh, come on. We have now finished the dam. That is amazing and with time to spare. You are currently planting more trees, which is great. Want to build... we have over the 150 food mark, so we're in a good spot to go ahead and build another lodge so that we can get some more beavers going. Once we have that built, I'm gonna put that at a higher priority than this, and then I want to end up finishing our grill. I just realized, not sure how long that's been. Oh, I guess I never counted those, but how long have you been sitting here with nothing to do? Or have you just finished? I hope you just finished. Let's put that on pause and now have our beaver come up here and start cutting down these trees. As soon as the beaver finishes up here, we'll move that beaver over as well. Alright, and we almost have that house built. Then we should be starting to work on the grill. And then we could end up, let's see, our water is full. So once that's done, I want 2 more of these. For now, though, I will pause you because our water is completely full and you can go back to making some planks. I will want, let's see, we're going to grill potatoes. Where did I just put you? Oh, I'm I don't see the... No, I want the... Let's grill the potatoes because we have 42 of them. That'll give us a good amount of food because one potato will end up giving us 4. That needs to happen sooner than later. And on top of it, see? Makes the beavers happy. Now we got some grilled potatoes. Just all good things. So once we can get some of the bread and other foods going, very quickly we'll get up to that 15 mark. Now we actually do have, we have a worker available, which is great. And I'm debating, do I want some, I do want planks, but honestly, water is the priority because we're about to go in a drought and those will turn off. Let's get another one in there. These trees are almost done because we'll end up having some industrial over on this side eventually, and then we'll already have wood here to store. Well, I'm aware of that. It just, I need them to get rid of the bushes. They're taking forever to remove the bushes. Where's my priority? I guess we'll do it individually. Okay, that's fine. There we go. As soon as we remove the bushes, then I can continue this path here. Not stairs, path. Alright, there we go. The beavers can either choose, I mean, that's probably closer and then they're getting wet fur, but it just gives us an option to have some wood over here as well for later. Let's slow it down a little bit. What else do we need? How many? So this will hold 120 grilled potatoes. Why do we not have a worker here? What happened? Where'd my worker go? I have lost a worker. This is a catastrophe. Ah! 2 died. Sad face. Alright, so this is what ends up happening. So now we want to go around and figure out. So we, since these are always high priority, we don't have to worry about those. Where do we... Okay, so we only have just the grill that is currently lacking a worker. And I very much want to keep you in there. Let's see. What can we close down? Decisions. I definitely want to keep getting wood, so that is not an option. Research is going strong. You guys are collecting food while I'm thinking of the food. Hold on. We'll get back to grilling. I just want to make sure that I fill... Nope. You're not carrots. Dang it. Go away. Undo. Thank you. Your potatoes. Wish it would tell me. I forget what I do half the time. Alright, we're still waiting for those to go away, and then we'll end up having more wheat there. All the carrots are actually in a good spot. I don't know, but let's try it. I don't remember if I did or not. Can I grow some carrots there? Because that would be great if we could actually fill that in. Alright, back to having somebody on the grill. I need a griller. Okay. Well, this is almost full now. I think that's fine. We'll have you grill. You should move to it. Unless you moved somewhere else that I'm unaware of. Let's put that just to get you there. Now, who's lacking? Forester. Jeez, they're dropping like flies. Well, we definitely need the forester. Now, where are we lacking? Back at the grill. Let's ponder this a bit. We have a decent amount of food. While I want all of this picked up as quickly as possible, I need the dang potatoes, but I want to get the wood cut down. It's just that this is the type of stuff that irks me. I need enough beavers for everything involved. My thought is we have some cooked, or we did. We have only 28 potatoes. We're about to have a drought. The priority is getting the water right now. That's fine. And we still need to be planting the trees. So I'm freaking out for no reason. It's not even a thing right now. Just gotta have some patience. Now we can plant more potatoes. Make sure all of those are filled in. I will need, how much? We will need a spot for wheat. Where are they putting the wheat right now? Or have we, I mean, we've been collecting wheat, right? Am I missing it? Where does the wheat, or did I build a storage and I can't even remember? All right, they're carrying wheat. Oh, I guess either This might have been the first time. Oh yeah, it was the first time because it takes 10 days. Duh. Now we can unlock building our wheat storage. That way they can keep up with that. We are headed into our first drought. That always comes quickly. Oh, there's our drought. All of our water is just going to stop coming in now. Due to the dam, we do have water that's filled in here. And this is why I like to stockpile so much. Even though this is going to be a 2-day drought, this will last through that. It'll be absolutely fine, so we can continue having the one pump going. Depending on the length of the drought and how deep your water is, you'd want to turn off your pumps and not even be collecting water, because you want to make sure that this can last through the drought. But we should be fine with the one pump. We want to unlock some more things. The next step I always like to prep for is the bad tide. We do have a little bit of time, but it's always good to be ready for it instead of it just sneaking up and biting you in the butt. If a bad tide came through here, all this is gonna die, and we don't want it to die. That's not the goal. Put all this time and effort. We don't want to waste all that food. The next thing I want to end up unlocking is the floodgate. With that, it's 150, which we have, and we have a decent amount of planks. We will end up needing more. For now, let's unlock the floodgate. The time being, 1 high is enough. Eventually, we will want more than 1 high, especially later game when you can get dynamite and all that type of stuff. But for now, the 1 high will do the trick. The goal is until we could get up here and actually just divert the water around when it's a bad tide to have it go off the map. Since we have an exit here, anytime that there's a bad tide, we can just have the water go to the right. When it's good water, we have it go to the left. We will have to break these down. That is right now what our next step is. Even though cost-wise, it'd be great to put it here, then this bad water's just going to be sitting here, which is not good. We also want good water to be able to go back there as much as possible, so we don't want to block that off. We'll end up starting it, and then we also have to make sure that the water can wrap around, not that it spills over. So you want to have enough room for it to do so. Go like this, and then we'll kind of do a 2 pattern. Do I want to go... I think we'll just go like that. That'll work. We'll do the 2 and then the 3 pattern. So now the beavers will need to build this. We will want to build a path so that they can end up getting over there, because eventually we'll want to get across so that we can remove that. And then they'll also need a path. Alright, so we'll go like that because you'll be able to reach that. If you go like that, you'll be able to reach those. This is a priority, but not the highest of priorities right now because we're just getting our first drought. We should not get a bad water right away. Our next thing is we are ready to get another house going. We're going to be having potatoes, everything else. It's all looking good. I want to add some more beavers to our population. So let's get another house going. And once that house is built, then we can also build another water tank. I think that is a good priority to have. And then we will get, we'll just put these as a low priority for now. It will be a work in progress, but doesn't have to be. I wish it would just stay open for me. Let's zoom in. It'll be easier to click. We want all these built. It doesn't have to be today. We have a lot of other priorities. I just want to make sure that I don't forget to do that. I will regret it later if that is not done when it needs to be. So they should be building another house. We'll get some more beavers going. And then we should be good for a while, but I want to get a couple more beavers. The things that we do have built, I want to make sure we can fully staff them sooner than later. I want to get some haulers going. We want to add some builders, things like that, just to make our lives that much easier is the goal. And then start focusing on some industrial. There's quite a few things. We'll eventually need to make our way to finding metal. We need to get the gear shop going. Then we need to work on getting more power, possibly. Depending how the water goes. Always love more inventors. And we could also work on doing some well-being, but I think for now I'd get a couple campfires going. That will help. You know what? Until we get a good amount of wood back again, because we're using quite a bit of it, I think we'll just hold off on the campfires. I do want to build those, but for now, let's take pause on that. We need to make sure that we're getting enough, or that we have enough wood in store for other items. Oh, what did we get now? All right, good. Grilled potatoes, that gives us +2, which is awesome. And we'll end up getting more wet fur as time goes on. We can also add the showers later. Right now it's not a huge priority. We want to continue building up the economy. Eventually we will add some showers for them. That'll help with wet fur, and we can add some other things too. The rooftop terrace. Some of this stuff I like adding once I upgrade the housing. You can add that right on the top of housing. Now you can always, build now and build some later. But depending what kind of layout you want to do, this, that, the other, you can wait for it. It's just up to you how quickly get to 15 to unlock the iron teeth, or because the happier they are, they do work more efficiently. It's you do end up getting some bonuses. It's just at your discretion at that point. One of my things that I really enjoy about this game is designing different things. It depends where your priorities lie. There are probably some better ways of doing it. That's why the nice part about a builder game, it's what you wanted. So let's fast forward and get through this night. I wish that they would gather some more carrots. I would like to have more than one farmhouse, just because, not right now, we don't have enough beavers, but eventually I think I'm going to end up needing more than one farmhouse just to carry on the load of everything. We will want storage for grilled potatoes. We have 48 wood right now. These are the only trees that we really have left. Just made another spot for water, so that's good. We have our other house built. I think, yeah. We will store the grilled potatoes, get that built while we're not really building much of anything else. I do want to finish removing these, but the wheat is not necessarily a priority right now until we unlock some other things, because with the wheat we need to unlock the grist mill and then we can do the bakery. But there's other things that we want to unlock first. That again is not really a priority right now. Right now it's just getting through our first drought, which we are about to do. Stockpiling more food. We now have 312, which is awesome. We now have a beaver that just grew up. Finally, we have another beaver that we can assign for working. Let's see, it looks like we're still decent on berries. Is nobody wanting to eat the berries? Y'all against the berries? I don't understand. We may want to then, yeah, inventor, absolutely, hands down, no question about it. Yeah, that should be a good amount of beavers right now. All right, our first drought has ended. I think that's a good time to wrap up this episode. We got a lot accomplished. We currently have our research going so that we can get more science to unlock more things. We have our farmhouse with a bunch of crops going, so food is not an issue. We can continue unlocking houses eventually. We have some storage going on over here. We're grilling up our potatoes. We have a forester, which probably next episode we'll see once we get a few more beavers. I think next episode we'll want to end up adding another forester over here so that we can get a bunch more trees growing. And then I would also eventually like to end up, what is the fluid dump? I would like to unlock that. Not right now. We have other priorities, but eventually, if I can get the fluid dump, we can actually dump water in here and then make this whole part green, and that just gives us a lot more options. Eventually, when we have dynamite, we could end up building a trench for the water to go through here, but until then we got to deal with what we got. So that's probably a plan later. We do have our dam, so we were able to survive. We kept one pump on and the water stayed in here, which is awesome. And now we're working on building our floodgates. We're in a really good place for just the start of cycle 2. That's what we'll work on next episode. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.